have you had to navigate an incident with someone who has insurance, and what did that look like?
We had, I have one with and without. So
Oh,
we had
nice.
to, yeah,
Best of
Been
both
there.
worlds.
the
Been
biggest
there.
one, the biggest one I worked was, do you guys have insurance? No. Okay. This just got way worse.
Oh
Oh,
no.
no.
But, it was one of those clients that was co-managed. We had been pitching them security for a long time, had all the risk documented. So it was very, very low stress on our end from that perspective. And they ended up doing a ton of business with us after the fact. But yeah, that was not a good situation.
Pause you right there. Pause you
Yeah.
right there. So you made a very key distinction that I want to make sure everybody knows about, right? And that
Okay.
is you were offering, continued to offer, continued to push the envelope, and you continued to document their no's and objections along the way. And that's very key, I think. And Will, maybe from the insurance side, you might agree with that. Like, we keep telling them, they keep saying no, we keep telling them. So that's the big point that I think if anybody's taken away anything from this today, you need to document the living daylights out of the no's, even the yeses along the way.
Yeah. And the easiest way to do that is we actually made the decision to do risk assessments for our entire customer base. And obviously we asked for people to pay for those. And we had a few, like maybe less than 5 customers I could count that just refused to pay for a risk assessment. And we said, well, fine, we're going to do it anyways, because it's a liability cover for us. In any case, back to your initial question about the insurance, working with the insurance company. So the customer that did have the ransomware incident, it was actually due to an acquisition. So this customer was a financial services customer. We had really good security controls. They were one of those clients that you love because they just take your recommendations and they work with you. And, typically financial services customers that have a good compliance office are aware and they do that. So in any case, we had them on a full SASE framework. They made an acquisition. So part of our recommendations with our vCISO process was that we put in a risk assessment for the incoming companies because they were going through a lot of M&A. And so we had performed a risk assessment for this new company and found a couple of red flags, said, hey, we don't want to connect their networks just yet. And sure enough, that week following our recommendations, they got hit with ransomware. Well, we already had new laptops on the way with the SASE clients on them. They did have some data fallout that they had to report, but didn't spread to the rest of the company. It was like 13 users from this inbound company. They got their laptops the next day. They flipped those up, connected to the new network. We had the old stuff quarantined out, and we did our incident response and recovery. So in dealing with the insurance company, the fallout is really where that became the time suck, right? And not in a bad way, but we had to make sure we had chain of custody documented for all the machines that were breached. We had to work with the insurance forensic team to show that they actually did what they were supposed to do. And then there was a lot of checks and balances. Hey, was MFA on? Was this on? So a lot of transactional stuff with the forensics team and the legal from the insurance company. But we as an MSP, because we were offering the full security package, the vCISO services, the advisory stuff, it was all things that were included. So it's low stress on the client and it's low stress on us because this is what we're getting paid to do and we're happy to do it. So hopefully that answers your question.
No, that's awesome. I heard, and there's 2 things I heard that I find really, it's so true. But you said for the people who didn't have an insurance policy, as soon as you fix the issue, now they jump and they get all the security controls that they need in place. Oh yeah, of course we'll do this. Great. That sounds like a great idea. It's like too little, too late, buddy. I mean, we'll still do it. But and then on the other side, I thought it was really neat that you were able to come in, and there's that piece where, and this is where the MSPs can be really successful, is to come in and say, we're looking at what's going on. We recommend this. We want to do this. You already had things on the way, a plan in place to better secure the client. So when the event did happen, it was ready to go.